Chicken adobo, an absolutely cracking recipe from the Philippines, eaten all over the world. Absolutely superb, easy cook. Basically, we've done no cooking at all. Oh, come on. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Chicken adobo. Very easy recipe to make, very few ingredients. However, you can use white vinegar and soy sauce, but I'm using Filipino cane vinegar and soy sauce. We're using the real McCoy. Now, you can order that online like I did. There you go. Easy recipe, skin on, bone in, chicken thighs, 4 to 6. It depends how many you're cooking for, to be honest. You know, and you can use any chicken bits you like, okay? And it's a case of onion and garlic, some bay leaves and a little bit of sugar. We need the sugar because this is sour. And normally they would throw in black peppercorns. I don't use black peppercorns. I've just grated this peppercorns in the mortar and pestle. I've just smashed it up. There you go. I like that on there. I don't want whole peppercorns, but you can do it that way. Right, chicken. First job for us, we need to marinate this chicken. So what we're going to do all our veggies first, and then we're going to do it because we want garlic in there. We might as well do it all now. And you can use as much garlic or as little garlic as you like. This wants flavoring up this dish, you know. We're doing it the Filipino way. And you know, I'm sure there are different takes on this. I'm doing it the basic Filipino way, which you would find everywhere. Now, if you were going to cook in a restaurant, you would thicken the sauce and spoon it all over it at the end. We'll just see when we get there, yeah? Chicken adobo can be cooked in a slow cooker. Very good results. Chicken falling off the bone. And it can be cooked in the oven. We are going to do it pan cooked today for easiness of showing you how simple it is to make probably Filipinos' national dish. Very popular around the world, especially in America. And there's no guessing why. Come on. You know, America and the Philippines, there you go. Right, what we're going to do is put half this garlic in there because we want to cook with some, and we're going to put the other half straight on that chicken in there. We might as well do the onion and then we can get it all out of the way. Onion, a not so good onion, so we don't want that, do we? There you go. Let's get rid of that out of there. I like sliced onion in this, okay? Now we've taken that middle out, we better oh, I don't think this is such a good onion. But anyway, it's gonna be fine. That is our veggies prepped. That is how easy chicken adobo is to come together. Okay, there's our chicken sitting in that bowl with that garlic. We need to chuck in our marinade. Right, what you can do, you can chuck your peppercorns in the pan when you're cooking, or if you do it my way and grind them up, you chuck it on your chicken. And we're going for Filipino soy sauce. Now, like I say, don't worry if it's not Filipino soy sauce. You can just use soy sauce, light soy sauce. Okay, that is our chicken. We want to marinate that in there. Minimum of about an hour, something like that. Now, if you can leave it overnight, fabulous, fabulous, yeah? If not, don't worry about it. An hour. There you go. So just leave that an hour and we can get cooking. Okay, when you've had about an hour, we want to be bringing in a pan. We want to be getting a flame on, and we're going in there with a little bit of oil. We're going to fry that chicken in there. Skin side down in there. And we want a golden crust. Do not discard the sauce or the marinade. That's going in there when we cook. So you want about a medium flame, 5 to 7 minutes, golden crust on that chicken skin, and then we flip it to brown this side. It's coming out. Now you can turn it a couple of times as well if you want. Have a look under there. Let's see if we've got a golden skin forming. Look at that. Not quite golden and crispy enough. We've still got the chicken fats coming out of there. Let's have a shufty around in the pan. Smells amazing. By doing it this way, by grinding up the pepper, it's like seasoning the chicken all over rather than just the peppercorns. Oh, it's splitty splattered in. There's got to be a lot of water content in there. Okay, let's flip it. Start this side. And we got some colour. We're getting the colour, look. What's on this one? Okay, just a little bit longer. We want a little bit of colour on the bottom of this chicken. Okay, grab yourself a bowl or anything. We want that out of there to rest. Just going to go in there whilst we carry on. In there, onions. Little saute on those onions. You don't need the flame too high for this one now. And then we're going to talk about a little secret in a second, which no one shows you, and I'm going to show you. We've got this lovely caramelised fond on the bottom. So just nice and steady. Okay. In there, your garlic. Don't forget, this is half the garlic. We had the garlic in the marinade. Only a 30-second job on there, and we stir it in. There you go. Look, it's starting to tinge. It's going to cook in there, so just stir it in. There you go. Nothing hard about it, is it? Here comes the secret to this dish that no one tells you about. We're using cane vinegar. Okay, you can use white vinegar. What you do is you tip the vinegar in and you leave it alone. Okay, let's get that in there. Now, you do not stir it, you do nothing. You leave it for a couple of minutes in there. It cooks off the acidity of the vinegar. No one tells you, you know, that you see all these adobo recipes and they just chuck it all in and cook it all in there. Let that cook off. Cook it off for about 2 minutes. Just leave it. Okay, there you go. We've had a couple of minutes. We got that in there. Look. Just get that chicken fond off the bottom. So there you go. It's been no rush. Look, it's taken the fond off the bottom. What we want to do now is take that remaining marinade and that garlic that's left in that bowl in there. And don't forget, this has got our crushed peppercorn in here as well. Now you see people make this dish and they chuck in here whole peppercorns. Like I say, I'd rather marinate the chicken with crushed pepper and use it in here. You still got the same flavour, but a dual job. And you could chuck some in there if you want, just to make it traditional, you know. Right, in there, some bay leaves. What about a tablespoon of sugar in there? I'm using brown sugar. It's got lumps in. Okay, in there, with some water. Now what we want the water to do is come halfway up the chicken. That might be enough, we might have to have some more. We want the water to come halfway up the chicken, so the chicken stews, boils in there if you like, and we get really tender chicken. We want to be returning our chicken in there. And if you've got any of that chicken juice, get that in. Okay, grab yourself a pan lid, and you want to be covering that. Cover it loosely, and we want to be cooking that for about 30-35 minutes. Then we're going to whip the top off, take the lid off. I want to cook it for about 10 to 15, just to thicken up that sauce. There you go. Easy as that. Okay, when you've had about half an hour or 35 minutes, whatever you want to cook, how long, off there, and we start to cook that down for about 10 to 15, and it's going to thicken that sauce. That's it. When you've had your 10 to 15, it depends how long you want to cook it, obviously. Now, if you want to take this restaurant quality, you take the chicken out and you thicken the sauce. And then you can spoon a little bit over the chicken if you want. If you're making a normal, everyday chicken adobo dinner, that gravy sauce in there is what you need. Okay, you want that over your rice as well as your chicken. So let's serve it up, come on. Now, if you want to dress it up in the pan, on there with a little bit of green onion and a little bit of cilantro. Choice is yours, you don't have to. You might not like either, but you know, very common in Asia, green onion and cilantro. There you go, let's serve it. Come on, we want some rice. On there, some rice. On there, some of that fabulous sauce. On there, that chicken. Oh, look at that. A little bit of green onion. A little bit of cilantro. Up to you, you don't need to. That is chicken adobo, an absolutely cracking recipe from the Philippines, eaten all over the world. Oh, come on. There you go, that is an absolutely superb, easy cook. Basically, we've done no cooking at all. Now, what you should have as a flavour-wise for this, it should be slightly salty, an underlying sourness, but not sour, it's not sweet, and you have the natural chicken juices in the sauce with a peppery undertone. Okay, it's got garlic and onions in, but you should have a peppery undertone. Oh, come on, let's get in here. Let's have a look at this chicken, okay? We are going to wreck it all completely. Come on, look at this. Come on, you don't tell me that that's not cooked perfectly. Look at that. Off the charts. Some sauce there, look, the garlic, the onions, our rice. Amazing. An absolutely amazing, easy dish to come together. And if you're lucky enough to have the chicken skin, come on. A fabulous dish, easy to come together. Hope you enjoy it, and if you do, share with your friends. Tell them how simple it is to make chicken adobo at home. And don't forget that tip, let the vinegar cook off. Don't do like everybody else and chuck the vinegar in and chuck everything in with it. Cook out the acidity. There you go. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video.